Good morning and welcome to the August 13th, 2025 City Council meeting. We're going to begin with the invocation followed by the pledge. If you'll please stand. Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much for today and thank you for our city. I just ask that you be with all the kids and grandkids and students that start back to school today and be with them, keep them safe, be with drivers and help them slow down. Be with the kids, probably the first day of school without their phones. That's going to be a challenge. Just thank you for our first responders. Keep them safe as they keep us safe. Just thank you for everything. Just thank you for this council. We ask all this in your son's name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're going to begin with the minutes from June the 25th, 2025.
Move to approve as written.
Second.
Got a motion by Curtis, second by Wynn. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. P1.
Good morning, Mayor and Council.
Good morning.
We want to thank you for the opportunity to present the proposed $219.3 million budget for the fiscal year 2026. This year's theme, Core Services, Strong Foundations, reflects our continued focus on delivering the essential services that residents rely on every day. Safe neighborhoods, smooth roadways, clean water, and responsive city services. This budget is the product of months of collaboration, careful planning, and a shared commitment to fiscal responsibility. It strengthens the services at the heart of every neighborhood while managing costs to make every tax dollar count. While we can't all predict all the challenges that are ahead, our annual budget will help us navigate them, advancing our vision for a strong community with a vibrant business environment, quality medical care, excellent education, and beautiful public spaces and neighborhoods. Public safety remains our largest and most important investment. For the Tyler Police Department, we are funding the fourth year of the Axon Replacement Program, $523,768 to ensure our officers have the latest body cameras and tasers. This keeps our technology current, replaces damaged equipment without large cash outlays, and maintains the high level of accountability and safety our community expects. For the Fire Department, we continue funding the 9th year of our self-contained breathing apparatus lease. These units are essential to protecting our firefighters while they protect our community. At the animal shelter, the second phase of stainless steel kennel upgrades will make cleaning faster and improve conditions for the animals in our care. Code enforcement will also continue to address substandard commercial structures with $200,000 set aside, enough to remove up to 15 unsafe buildings, making neighborhoods safer and more attractive for investment. In this budget, we are investing in the places that bring our community together. We are making targeted improvements to keep our parks beautiful, functional, and safe. In 2015, we created the Park Improvement Fund from the revenue we received from the landfill's tipping fee charges. This year, we will invest $802,500 in upgrades to Golden Road Park. With this funding, we are planning to update the fencing, restrooms, lighting, scoreboard, shade structures, and other amenities. Across the city, we will continue to our dead tree removal program in our parks and trails, convert more planted medians to low-maintenance stamped concrete, and install pond aerators at Woolert and Faulkner parks to improve the pond's water quality. At the new Reverend Ralph Caraway Field in Fun Forest Park, new field lighting will allow evening games and tournaments. We're also adding surveillance cameras to protect families or to protect facilities at our parks and painting the exterior of the Glass Recreation Center. The Rose Complex is one of Tyler's signature destinations, and this budget keeps improvements moving forward. We will complete phase 3 of the stamped concrete bed replacement program in the Rose Garden, installing a new elevator in the Rose Garden Center and adding pond filtration at the Meditation Garden. Additionally, we're investing $500,000 to rehabilitate the old fairgrounds, creating a country atmosphere in the heart of the city, thereby creating new event and special use rental space for the complex. This year also marks the launch of our Holiday Decorations Master Plan, an effort to make the Rose Garden a year-round attraction, including during the Christmas season, when we will host the Rotary Christmas Parade at the complex for the first time. We are delivering on our promise to maintain and improve our streets. In fiscal year 2026, we continue using 2 pennies of our property tax rate to fund maintenance of streets in Tyler. This year, almost $2.5 million are budgeted to help maintain the biggest asset in the city of Tyler. Almost $1.5 million will be used in seal coat and crack seal programming, which helps extend the life of our streets by making sure water cannot get under the street, freeze, and cause damage. Also included in the Quality Street Commitment Fund is $870,000 for Brick Street repairs. Although maintenance and repairs are more costly for the brick streets, at about 100 years as far as per maintenance schedule, the lifespan is longer than that of asphalt. We also plan to allocate $165,000 to continue the public alley maintenance program. We are purchasing a 12-yard dump truck and relocating a building at the old fairgrounds for storage uses to support our street operations on Highway 155. This proposed budget includes the maintenance estimates for the 6th year of the Intelligent Traffic Signal System Plan. While the majority of the cost of the plan is covered by the half-cent sales tax fund, it is important that we make sure we allocate the funds needed to maintain the system as we make the improvements. We are looking at our stormwater operations. As we looked at our stormwater operations, we looked at what ways we can increase the efficiency of our operation, as well as ensure that maintenance problems are handled before they become expensive capital issues. That analysis showed us that there were pieces of the equipment that need to be updated for us to handle the maintenance workload. One of the pieces of equipment, and one that would make the most impact, is trading our 1-yard concrete trailer for a 5-yard mini mixer concrete truck. This truck not only allows our crews to bring more concrete to the job, it also allows for them to maneuver into jobs that they could not with the trailer. Both of these save our crews time and allow for the crews to be more effectively handle the maintenance of our stormwater system. We have $768,000 allocated in the budget for capital projects. Of these funds, about $500,000 will be used for drainage and erosion repair projects, and the remainder will be allocated to structure flooding projects. We are proposing $15.3 million in cash-funded water and wastewater capital improvements, an investment in the future reliability and safety of our system. Projects include service line replacements, water main improvements, upgrades at the Lake Palestine Water Treatment Plant, and continued work on the taste and odor study to improve the quality of our water. We will also plug unused wells per TCEQ requirements, extend service lines where needed, and fund the West Side Wastewater Treatment Plant rehabilitation as part of a 15-year plan. This budget includes funding for the remainder of the Tyler Tomorrow Comprehensive Plan. While I have a moment, and the information is on the screen in front of you, let me remind you how valuable your feedback and the community's feedback is for the City of Tyler's long-range plan. Tyler Tomorrow will shape the decisions and direction for the future of Tyler. You can learn more information and give your feedback by scanning the QR code on the screen or by visiting tylertomorrow.com. As mentioned earlier, as part of our budget formulation process, we look at ways to continue to provide high levels of service while operating within the fiscal constraints of our budget. This process includes discussions on whether we should add a position or whether we should contract out the services to maintain operational efficiency and remain fiscally responsible. The first position that we are considering is the addition of an assistant city clerk. Part of the funding for this position will be from canceling contracts from previous years that were focused on scanning copies of records. This position will enable us to manage the retention of contracts and other records throughout the city, which restores a function that was changed when the city decentralized operations over 2 decades ago. This budget also includes conversion of a part-time downtown ambassador to full-time, the conversion of a parks groundskeeper to a hardscape technician, reclassification of plant laborer positions, and the addition of 2 stormwater crew members. As part of the proposed budget, we are implementing the final phase of the 2023 compensation plan, bringing all employees to 100% of the study rate. We aim to retain our talent and attract the best as we recruit for vacancies. To do that, we will offer a 3% base pay increase to civil service staff, and our non-civil service staff will receive up to a 3% base pay increase determined by annual performance evaluations. We are proposing a premium rate increase on our Rose Health Plan of $40 per month, while other plans remain unchanged. This adjustment will help offset the Rose Plan's share of claim costs, about 88%, and ensures long-term sustainability. The majority of our funding for our general fund services still comes from our sales tax collections. For fiscal year 2026, we are estimating 44% of our funding will come from sales tax collection. The total amount is projected to grow by 3% over the current fiscal year. The other major source of revenue is property tax, which I will cover in more detail in a minute, which provides about 1/3 of the funding for programs and services. The remaining amount of revenues come from various fines and fees. You may be wondering where these collected general fund revenues go once they are collected. The illustration shown here provides a breakdown of where every dollar of revenue is used in relationship to the general fund. Again, this is just the general fund and does not include any of our enterprise funded services, such as utilities, solid waste, the airport, development services, etc. In the general fund, approximately 66 cents of each dollar goes towards funding our public safety departments. This pays for salaries, benefits, equipment costs, and other items to ensure we have the necessary people and tools to maintain Tyler's Place as one of the best places to live. The remaining 34 cents are split between departments such as the library, court, parks, streets, traffic, and general administration of the city. Before we discuss the proposed property tax rate, let's look at how our taxable values have changed. Typically, property taxes increase by about 3 to 4% per year. Occasionally, we've seen higher increases due to rare additions to the tax rolls. For example, in fiscal year 2020, values rose by about 6% because ETMC properties changed from non-taxable to taxable with the purchase by Ardent, but overall values historically returned to about that 3 to 4% range. The past 3 years have been different. Our average increase in property tax values has been 10.94% annually. This year, taxable values grew by 10%. It's important to remember that changes in taxable values vary for each property. Your neighbor's values might differ significantly from yours. Because of these differences, the proposed tax rate will affect each property owner differently based on the average changes in appraised values. The current property tax rate is 24.0085 cents per $100 valuation, and we are proposing a rate of 23.6452 cents per $100 valuation to support the enhanced services in this proposed budget. Our proposed rate is 3.5% above the no new revenue rate of 22.8305 cents per $100 valuation. This is due to the new growth in property values. While the rate is decreasing, overall tax levies are increasing due to the growth in property tax values. For fiscal year 2026, adopting the proposed rate will generate a $1.7 million increase from last year, which will go to the operation of city services. We've held the line on most fees, including water, sewer, and solid waste rates. The only utility increase proposed in the 2026 budget is a $6.47 adjustment to the regulatory compliance fee to pay debt related to the federally mandated projects under the 2017 EPA consent decree. We are taking a different approach to how this increase will be added to our utility bills. We are planning to split the regulatory compliance fee increase implementation scheduled into two pieces. The first phase of the increase will be effective for October 1st, 2025, and will increase the fee from $19.70 currently to $22.94. The second phase of the increase will be effective January 1st, 2026, and will increase the fee from $22.94 to $26.70. Lights didn't go out. We can keep going. Couple more. Look, a few more slides.
I know, right?
It's not a tornado. And there's not, I don't hear, I hear it ringing, but I think that's just my tinnitus, not the sirens. With this budget, we are implementing a rental fee. Go to the next one.
Yeah, don't.
We are implementing a rental fee for the library's Taylor Auditorium to help recoup a portion of the costs associated with making this space available for public use. The proposed fee structure is $100 per hour for private use, $50 per hour for nonprofit use, and with a 2-hour minimum. There are fees for additional services that can be requested with the rental of the Taylor Auditorium, such as popcorn and cotton candy machines. And those fees can be seen on the slide in front of you. Our final piece of the 2026 budget is about fees associated with rentals at the Rose Garden Center. As you see on the slide in front of you, we are proposing various fee increases for rental of these facilities. These fee increases offset the cost of running the facilities and also reduce the impact on the tourism fund, which subsidize these facilities. Per the state statutes related to the budget and tax rate adoption, the council has two actions that it must take today. It must adopt a proposed rate that becomes the ceiling for consideration in further debate and to use for publication purposes. And the council must set a public hearing for the budget and tax rate. Staff recommends holding the public hearings at your next regularly scheduled city council meetings on August 27th and the second public hearing on your meeting on September 10th. We expect to bring the tax rate and budget to the council for adoption and consideration at your meeting on September 10th. I do want to extend my deep appreciation to my budget team of Kedrick Trimble, Stephanie Franklin, and Lauren Justice for their countless hours of taking the budget proposals from each department and working to refine these into the document we have for review today. In addition, I note the incredible work in showcasing our budget story as shown in the presentation developed by Julie Goodgame, Adriana Rodriguez, and Blake Cathy. I also provide my gratitude to you, the City Council. You provided direction and priorities in conversations, deliberations, and ideas throughout the year that set the stage for the budget we provided. Our focus on employees, infrastructure, public safety, and continuous improvement of our services reflects your vision for this community. I thank you for your service and insight on behalf of the citizens of Tyler. It is a privilege to serve you and present this budget for fiscal year 2026 program and services for your consideration.
All right, thank you, Mr. City Manager. Are there any questions or comments for the city manager? Cassandra, my small computer up here is not on. Do we have any cards on this item?
No, sir.
All right. I'll just make one comment before we move on. I've had the opportunity of spending hours with staff the last few days on the budget review and so forth. And I know that it's called, the name of the budget is Core Services Strong Foundation, but I'm going to simplify it. And I came up with my own name. Simple and straightforward, no fluff. And that's what it is. When you really go through the budget and you see, we're not buying a fire truck this year. You know, you think $1.5 million. We're not buying one. And there really is, there's no fluff in this, and it's simple and it's straightforward. And when we talk about our property tax, we always brag about having the lowest property tax in the state of Texas with a population of 25,000 and over. That's great for residents. That's great for businesses. That's great to bring business to Tyler, but it does make a challenge to create a budget. And so, Kedrick, all of you guys, Lauren, everybody that worked on this budget, all the staff, I thank you for going through the challenge of making it work. So kudos to all of you. So,
Thank you, sir.
no other comments?
Well said.
All right. You wanna go?
And just as a point, also, the mayor made a point about the fire engine. That is one of the things that we did have to, we weren't able to factor in. Our fire engine replacement schedule is, Chief Coble and their fire department has worked up, has been very good, and we've been able to do a great job over the past few years. That was because of the tightness of this budget, one of really the thing that got left out, and did not include it. And so, do expect to see a fire engine though next year. We do have to kind of start to really kind of keep up with that. But yeah, that's a good point, sir, about the fact that there are certain things that didn't make it because of just the tightness of for the revenue constraints.
All right. You want to, I'm going to move.
Yeah, can you kind of walk us through the votes?
So Mayor, Council, you have two action items. The first item is we'll need to get a motion motion recommended. It is recommended City Council vote to schedule the public hearings on the proposed tax rate and proposed budget for August 27th, 25 and September 10th, 2025 City Council meetings.
All right. I will accept a motion to schedule public hearings on the proposed property tax rate of 23.6452 cents per $100 of assessed value and the proposed budget on the August 27th and September 10th, 2025 council agendas.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Haney, second by Curtis. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the second motion is a motion of placing the adoption of the tax rate and the 2025-2026 budget as an action item on September 10th, 2025 city council meeting.
All right. Entertain a motion to place proposals to adopt an ad valorem tax rate of 23.6452 cents per $100 of assessed value in the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget as action items on the September 10th, 2025 city council meeting.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion by Curtis, second by Nichols. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you. All right, we're moving to 01. Steve.
Good morning, Mayor, Council. Good morning. Real nice to be here today, and while we're talking budget, I thought we'd do a little bit of a deep dive into the airport's budget with a request for y'all. As you may know, the charter or the expectation for the airport is to be as self-sufficient as possible. And what that means is we strive to generate the right amount of revenue to cover all of our operating and maintenance expenses. We do sometimes for capital projects rely on some city funding for that small portion, as you know, that we contribute. But overall, we really strive to have a rate structure that supports the daily operation and maintenance of the airport. What I'm here to do today is talk about a slight adjustment to some of our rates and charges. We're going to ask you to consider updates to City Code Chapter 12, which will increase several fees that I'll describe in a moment, and also adopt some additional formatting changes that I will describe as well. And I thought the thunder was over, and there will be no mention of fluff. Okay, the first increase here, we basically lease the property. As you know, we lease the land out there. The structures, the hangars, some of the administrative buildings are actually owned by private individuals, but the land itself is owned by the city and leased. The current rates, we have a low tier and a high tier rate. Those rates are currently 6.5 and 9 cents per square foot per year, respectively. We also have a fuel farm that falls under that low tier rate, and that is also currently 6.5 cents per square foot per year. Our proposal or request is to increase each of these rates by 1 penny, 1 cent per square foot per year. If this is adopted, it will be a net increase in revenue for the airport of approximately $19,000. What I have for you here today is just some similarly sized airports to give you a comparison. I'll let you digest that, but as you can see, we are very much on the low end of what other airports charge for this type of a land lease rate.
Steve, is that one Waco and Texarkana kind of the same thing, the low and high rate?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
same
sir.
thing.
They may define them a little bit differently, but they do have the two different tiers. Any questions on those? Okay. The next request has to do with our fuel flowage fee. We typically pump over well over a million gallons of gasoline a year. We generate revenue by currently charging 6 cents per gallon that is pumped, with a few exceptions that you can see written there for government and our contracted airline services. We are proposing an increase of that from 6 to 8 cents per gallon. This provides a potential increase of $25,000 per year in revenue. That assumes that we don't have any decrease due to the increased rate or anything, but if everything stays the same, we can anticipate a $25,000 increase by this incremental change. Again, same airports with their comparative rates. I'll let you digest that. Any questions? Pretty straightforward. Just so you know, current fuel is sold at our airport in the neighborhood of $4 and $5 per gallon. So I certainly think a 2 cent change is something that will probably pretty much be transparent to the flying public. So I hope that seemed to be very palatable. Our third and final request has to do with parking that we charge in our commercial lot. So currently, we have a charge that's $1 per hour with a maximum of $7 in our long-term lot and $10 maximum in our short-term lot. Those are differentiated by their distance from the terminal. So when I say the long-term lot, that's really just the furthest out lot that's farthest from the terminal. Our request today is to raise the maximum daily rate on that lot from $7 to $8. By doing this, we can anticipate a potential increase of almost $48,000 per year for the airport. And again, here's some comparative rates. As you digest those, any questions, any challenges to that? Okay, easy enough, and I will move right to the request. It's recommended that the city council adopt the attached ordinance amending Tyler City Code, Chapter 12, by updating certain fees as described here today.
All right, any questions for Steve?
Steve, do you have any property available for lease at the airport?
So we do. We're currently in negotiations. We have a tract that's up to 30 acres that we put out an RFP for last fall, and we're negotiating right now to try to come up with a lease to develop a good portion of that. So that is absolutely available. I will say that I probably 2-3 times a month have people that come up and I give tours and show where we could possibly add additional hangars as well. So with our 1,200 acres, we're constantly looking at where we could add small developments, but really what's big on the radar right now is that up to 30 acres that hopefully, and that's part of our budget hope, is that by the end of next fiscal year, we'll have some development out there that will provide additional revenue as well. But that's absolutely in motion right now.
So then, Steve, existing hangar space, no availability, correct?
Basically full. You see a little bit of movement here and there, but for the most part, I'm told, I get those calls constantly that says, hey, I checked with these different providers, they don't have space for me today, what do you think about building a new hangar? So for all intents and purposes, we're basically, I would say very close to 100% that capacity.
All right, any other questions for Steve?
No, so moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Hawkins, second by Wynn. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Steve.
M1, Tiffany.
Good morning. Morning. Tiffany Curry, Tyler Water Utilities. I am presenting M1 and M3 this morning. Okay, M1 is the consent decree Group 8 remedial measures implementation, the engineering services agreement. So Pipeline Analysis recently completed our Group 8 assessment and submitted the Group 8 Annual Condition Remedial Measures Plan to EPA back in July. We have partnered with Pape Dawson to design the Group 8 remedial measures work. So our entire system was originally kind of divided up into 7 groups as far as our CCTV and cleaning work went and inspections. We made it through the first 7 and now we're back to the original group plus a few extras. Okay, so this is mostly basins 8 and 15, but there's work across the city. This design includes approximately 22,000 linear feet of gravity main and manhole remediation. Our intention is to divide this into 3 construction packages: manhole, traditional work, and specialty work. And then the scope of work also includes an alignment analysis, because we anticipate there will be some reroute work required for some of the lines that need to be relocated. The estimated construction cost is $12.2 million, and the engineering fee is $2,806,600. My request today is that the city council consider authorizing the city manager to execute an engineering services agreement with Pape Dawson Engineering for the Group 8 consent decree remedial measures design in the amount of $2,806,600 and adopt a resolution reserving the right to reimburse expenditures from future proceeds of debt.
Any questions for Tiffany?
Move to approve M1. Second.
Got a motion by Curtis, second by Wynn. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's go ahead and move on to M3.
Okay, M3 is the consent decree capacity work, Group 2, Sewer Site 13C1 award, which is basically our line B and C of the capacity Group 2 work. So several years back, Pipeline Analysis partnered with L&B to complete a hydraulic model and assessment of our system to determine where our capacity constraints were at. Once those capacity constraints were identified, they were divided up into 3 groups. So we have completed all of the work for capacity group 1. Capacity group 2 is divided into 2 separate projects. The first project is underway, it's already in construction, and we have now completed design and are awarding the second line of group 2 today. And then group 3 is currently in design. Okay, so this segment, there's a map here. It essentially runs from like Midtown down to Charnwood, through the medical district there. We have a variety of pipe sizes, all the way from 30 inches down to below 12 inches. And the total alignment is approximately 12,000 linear feet. Any questions about that?
Will it all be open cut?
Yes, there will be open cut. It'll be predominantly open cut. There are some critical areas that we will bore, like the children's park.
That was my question.
Okay. We opened bids on July 29th. We had 4 responsive bidders, and the low bidder that we recommend awarding to today is CNA Construction in the amount of $16,179,339.80. So my request to the council today is that you would authorize the city manager to execute a contract with CNA Construction in the amount of $16,179,339.80 for the consent decree capacity work, Group 2, Sewer Site 13C1, with resolution reserving the right to reimburse expenditures with future debt.
All right, any questions for Tiffany?
Tiffany, how much work has CNA done with the city?
They have worked with us on several consent decree projects now, several of the remedial line projects. So we have, I think, 3 current projects with them right now. So they've done quite a bit of work with us, and we've had a very good experience with them.
Anyone else?
Move to approve M3.
Second.
Got a motion by Curtis, second by Nichols. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thanks, Tiffany. Let's go back to M2. Darren.
Morning, Mayor and Council. Darren Jennings, City Engineer, here to, as y'all may remember, we are, let's see here. How does it begin? We start from the beginning this time.
Engineers.
We are, we'd agreed with Bass Pro coming in that we would extend Settlers Landing all the way to Broadway to allow them entry from the north and from the south to help with traffic down there. And so this is a description of where the project is. We were also, as part of this project, going to extend Centennial to just the south property line of the property that we own there on Centennial. So as part of this project, we are extending water and sewer, looping the water up to around around Settlers Landing, up Broadway so we don't have a dead end here. We're extending sanitary sewer to be able to serve all the lots that are undeveloped right there, south of the padded pause, right there in the northeast corner of Broadway and Settlers Landing, which will be Bass Pro Way ultimately. So just want to show you that, what it is. And back in early July 2nd and 9th, we advertised for bids. We opened bids on the 22nd. We got 5 bidders ranging from a 1.76 million up to about 1.7 million. The lowest qualified bidder was Fritcher Construction. The bidders were your standard bidders: Miller, Baker, Schul, Reynolds and Kay, and Fritcher, with Fritcher being the lowest. This time of construction is 180 days. Now, I want to let you also know that we had about 1.95 million in the half-cent budget for this, but we have water and sewer on this project, and we also have an escrow that's going to fund the escrow account that Wayfair. They put up $1 million escrow. Instead of extending Centennial along their property line, they just put up an escrow account. That will pay for the extension of Centennial. So all that to say is TWU is going to pay for their portion. Half-Cent's going to pay about $645,000 of it, and then the escrow will pay the remainder of this project. So we came in under budget with the half-cent funding portion. So, any questions at this point? I would like to recommend the City Council consider authorizing the city manager to execute a construction contract for Settlers Landing Centennial Parkway Extension Project to Fritcher Construction in the amount of $1,176,983.40, and also authorize funding from the Wayfair Cumberland Park escrow account to pay for the Centennial Parkway extension.
Any questions for Darren?
Move to approve M2.
Second.
Got a motion by Curtis, second by Wynn. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, Darren.
Thank you.
M4, Kate.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. The item before you, M4, is a consideration of a development agreement for the sanitary sewer line extension with the Tyler Economic Development Council. So as a project overview, the location of the TEDC property, known as the Weisenbaker Tract, is a 282-acre property that's situated between FM 14 and 271. Whereas water service is available to this tract, thanks to the John Soules water line extension we did over the last couple of years, the extension of sewer infrastructure is essential to unlock the full potential of the area. This agreement will poise the business park as a home to future employers and industries that will strengthen Tyler's economy, bringing new jobs, new businesses, and spark growth in northern Tyler. So to summarize the overall agreement with the TEDC will handle the design, permitting, and construction of the sewer improvements, while the city will reimburse the TEDC upon final acceptance of the project. Note that the financial commitment from the city, which is capped at just under $1 million, ensures that we manage our resources effectively while supporting this vital infrastructure project. As a cost breakdown, the total cost of the city is projected at $992,353.84, with the majority of it being allocated to construction. TEDC will absorb any costs that exceed this budget. This is an investment in our community's infrastructure and future growth. Strategically speaking, by unlocking this development potential in a key growth corridor, we align with the city's long-term infrastructure goals. The initiative not only supports economic development and job creation, but also exemplifies a public-private partnership that promotes efficient project delivery. So in conclusion, I recommend that the City Council authorize the city manager to execute the development agreement with the Tyler Economic Development Council to support the development of the Weisenbaker Tract and promote infrastructure improvements in North Tyler, with a total cost to the city for the sanitary sewer improvements of not to exceed $992,535.84.
Any questions for Kate?
I move to approve M4. No,
Ray Boudreaux, I think, was signed to speak. I don't know if y'all wanted to hear from Ray as the project engineer or not.
All right, so I got a motion.
okay.
Second. Got a motion by Marge, second by Curtis. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Scott Martinez, thanks for your work with the TEDC. This is a good project.
Exciting.
All right, we are down to the consent agenda. We are going to pull CA1 and discuss it separately. So, Ed, do you want to do?
That's the reason I was yelling for Kate.
Okay. All right, Kate.
CA1 or CA1? Okay, yeah.
Kate, I had a couple
Can I-
questions on CA1.
Yes.
The agenda item is for Southside Wastewater Treatment Plant improvements, but going through the packet, there's a letter from Graycon Construction and then an itemized chart regarding cost. But those relate to the West Side Wastewater Treatment Facility. Was all this work done in conjunction, even though it was at two different places in the agenda items to the Southside Wastewater Treatment Plant? Was this previous work done that they're now trying to catch up and it's part of the overall package?
I can understand your confusion. So the original contract that we had with KSA to do the work was for just the south side chlorination and dechlorination work. And so that was the project name. However, after we started design, we saw that there would be a great cost savings and a great need to do it at West Side as well, because that equipment was actually even older than the south side chlorination and dechlor equipment. So we made an amendment to that contract with KSA, and so from then on, the project was really south side and west side chemical feed improvements at both plants. So I can understand, but good catch.
Yeah, just want to make sure it wasn't something elevated by an extra, it looks like almost $14,000. So
Yeah, we should have
make sure.
renamed it in the subject line.
okay, all right, thank you, Kate.
Thanks.
I think this just demonstrates how much due diligence Councilman puts into all budgetary items. So that $219 million budget we just approved, Councilman Haney's gone through with a fine tooth comb.
All right, any other questions for Kate on this item? I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve CA1.
Second.
Got a motion by Haney, second by Nichols. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, we're down to the remainder of the consent agenda being CA2 through CA8. Do I hear a motion to approve as written?
Move to approve the remaining consent agenda as written.
Second.
Got a motion by Curtis, second by Nichols. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. City manager's report.
Mayor and council, a few things to note. During the month of July, Animal Services waived adoption fees if the potential adopter donated box fans. Over 60 box fans were collected for PATH and their Beat the Heat fan drive. One of the things about our animal control guys that I always like to brag about is they definitely do care about animals. I mean, that's the reason they're in the business that they are. Their care for humans is also extraordinary, and so it is amazing at how much they understand and want to help our community at all times. With the July 4th flooding and the horrible incidents that happened in Kerrville and down in Kerr County, we worked through, and council has been good enough to provide funding and assistance for us to be able to work with the state and to be so we can be called out when needed. And with that, the Tyler Fire Department's Battalion Chief Cordell Parker was deployed to Kerrville, Texas on July 12th with the Texas Department of Emergency Management Incident Management Team to assist with the rescue and recovery efforts from the catastrophic flooding in that area. He worked with TDM's planning division on location, preparing and developing the incident action plan for each operational period. His training and knowledge in incident management was a great asset for the city of Tyler and for those working to restore the communities down the hill country. So we were glad to be able to send Cordell down there as part of the Texas Department of Emergency Management's program, and he was a great asset and help to the community through that time while he was deployed there. Our library, works very hard for their summer reading challenge, and they had a great summer reading challenge this year with 1,566 registrations and 359 children and 65 adults completing the challenge. All age ranges this year had a bingo card full of fun challenges, such as trying out new book genres and themes, reading outside, designing a new book cover, and more. For completing the challenge, children received a goodie bag and a book. Were eligible for raffle prizes, and adults were eligible for raffle prize baskets. We're grateful for all the support we've received for the community, for the challenge, for our Library Friends Group, the East Texas Communities Foundation, a Dollar General grant, and many community sponsors. I just remember back when, I remember y'all get the Cracker Jacks when y'all did the summer reading challenge back in the day. I was just saying I get the boxes, and now they get like gift bags and stuff. Anyway, and then finally, hey, East Chambers, or Winnie Library, Public Library, did not get blown down by many hurricanes, and so it may still be there. Who knows? Spent a lot of time there. But finally, last week, the council was able to end the community participating in the school, and all 2,000 school supply backpacks were distributed. Over 4,000 people came through. The majority of the families took advantage of the free services as well, such as haircuts, vision screenings, back-to-school photos, and immunizations. They also love getting their free Kona ice. Every year, this event gets better, and this year was said to be the best one yet. From the flow of the event to the volunteers, the police department, and not having to stand in line so long, we had lots of compliments, and the media coverage was great also. Several parents were interviewed saying it was a blessing and they appreciated it. So we were very excited about the work that the community put into School is Cool. As the mayor noted, today is the first day of Tyler ISD, and it is, there's probably a little bit of organized chaos out there on the streets this morning, but everything seems to have gone well. Now the kids are in school, the thunder can come. But it is one where we're very appreciative of the community's support for our children and just in helping them have a great school year this year.
All right, any questions or comments for the city manager before we move on? All right. We are gonna go into executive session, so I'm gonna read this. The city council may go into executive session regarding any item posted on the agenda as authorized by Title V, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. Notice is hereby given that the city council may go into executive session in accordance with the following provisions of the Government Code. Under Texas Government Code, Section 551.074, personnel matters, deliberation regarding the following: the employment, duties, and evaluation of the city manager. Any final action by the city council will be taken in open session. Wow, this may be a long executive session.
It should be. It's not the evaluation, but anyway, keep going.
All right. All right, we're going into executive session. It shouldn't take too long. Thank you all for coming.
in.
I know.
I guess. Not quite good enough, obviously.
Thank y'all for waiting.
Is she coming? Yeah, it's better for the minutes.
You gonna have to sub in?
No, they was gonna stand behind her and watch her.
All right. Are we ready to go back there?
We are. Steve's here, we can go now.
Okay, thanks a lot. All right, we are back from executive session, and we do have an action item. Therefore, I will accept a motion to approve the city manager's revised employment agreement and to approve the separate city manager's severance agreement.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion by Curtis, second by Nichols. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, we're adjourned.
So it's, Cassandra, do you want them to stay up here for the work session, or do you want to break them down?
Here.
We're gonna take